The finals for the Public Benefit International Challenge are currently underway in Beijing. The contest challenges youth in Africa and China to come up with innovative ideas to tackle pressing issues in Africa. PBIC was founded in 2017 by the China-Africa Business Council and is supported by the United Nations. The initiative is to promote exchanges between young people in China and Africa. One of the competing teams is called Chlinka, a group of 5 students from China working on a water project for Sierra Leone. They came up with a waterfall idea that can help improve access to potable water. At least 2.9 million people in Sierra Leone do not have clean water, decent toilets or good hygiene, and that's according to NGO WaterAid. Decades of civil war and the Ebola virus has devastated Sierra Leone and hindered economic progress. To talk more about addressing water shortage and technology, we have with us David Gatende, the Group CEO at Davis & Shatleaf, a leading water and energy solutions company in Eastern Central Africa. He joins us via Skype from Nairobi. David, thank you very much for joining us. So, any project about water goes straight to the hearts and minds of nearly every African. What's the biggest challenge in getting each household dependable and safe water supply?
Well, a few things come to mind. And first of all, it is the availability of the solution. If it's a water pump, which is what Davis & Shatleaf focuses on, then you need to be able to get it. And so if you have an outlet near you, a store, a stockist, or somebody who can provide the equipment, that is excellent. Also, it needs to be affordable because many households in Africa tend to be quite marginalized and poor. And so if it's not affordable, it's out of reach. And also, if the solution is sustainable, it's a big advantage because then they haven't got to spend money to keep it going. And so those 3 things, I think, are very important.
Are there technologies today that can assure a community of regular and affordable water?
Yes, there are. And perhaps the most obvious one is the use of solar. And we're very fortunate in Africa, and particularly in Kenya, I must say. By the way, I have a trivia question for you, Penny. I don't know if you know how many countries in the world straddle the equator. I'll answer it for you. It's only 13. And Kenya and Uganda and DRC and a few others in Africa are actually on both sides of the equator. So the availability of solar power, which is free, it is sustainable, and it is reliable, is a very obvious use of technology. There's another thing that I think is one of the world's best kept secrets, and that is the fact that solar power, the price of the PV module, the photovoltaic module, has become cheaper and cheaper. And it is now today a fraction of what it used to cost a number of years ago. And so it has become very affordable, and many large farms, institutions, and governments now have cottoned onto this and are using solar energy as a technology. And we can also convert it using inverter because we get DC, direct current from the sun, and we convert it to AC that we can use to power all kinds of implements. And particularly in this case, we're talking about water pumps. So they can now be used affordably, and the process of changing the energy into what is more useful is very easy and affordable. And we have perfected this solution in our company at Davis & Shatleaf.
And finally, David, what lessons can African nations draw from developed economies like China on dealing with water shortage?
Well, China is very good. It's been the production of the world. It's been like the workshop, producing all kinds of equipment. And so because they do that, their price per unit is very, very cheap and affordable. And so they've made products affordable, which the world is very grateful for. I think the other thing that would be important is storage. And we always say that we tend in Africa to go from not having any water, we have a famine or a drought, and it can be very serious. And then we are being washed away by floods. And so the importance of having storage is very, very important. And I think the Chinese lead the way. And if African governments were able to do that, it would be very good. And they would say, for instance, that every household should have 1,000 liters per adult. And I think having a plastic tank, whether you store rainwater that's rain harvested or water pan, it's all very good. And the Chinese do that very well. And the third thing is that the Chinese are very good at having public solutions rather than the focus on having private solutions. Here in our part of the world, we need more of that model where the government and the county governments and municipals are providing and making affordable water, which everyone needs, because we all know that water is life. So those are some lessons we can learn from China.
All right, David, thank you very much for those insights. David Gatendi, the Group CEO at Davies and Shirtleaf.